Michael here, and welcome back to another video. It hasn't been so long this time, but it is currently, well, as of the time I'm recording this video, so, anyway, as of the time I'm recording this video, it is, Wednesday for me, and I have Thursday off, so this is probably when I'll be able to get the video edited and uploaded, but don't quote me on that. But just, just about all videos I upload now will have been recorded at least a day earlier. But, so, it is Wednesday, and I have the day off, so I can stay up later. Of course, I still can't do anything past 8:30, however, I am just a slight bit bored, so I figured I might as well do a slight update for you guys about, my mannequin heads. So I'm going to show you guys that in a second, but the first thing I want to show you guys is, I remember last video when I was telling you about the cool sound it made. The cool sound was a bit off because I had already shut it down before to test it, and the sound after you shut it down for a while and then boot it back up isn't quite as cool as it is when it's been running for a while, and it's been running for a while. I haven't shut this down at all today, so here you go, get ready. I don't know, I just find that cool, and for some reason that thing spins for a while, but I just think that's cool. And then there's the boot up. But, yeah, I just felt like I should show you guys that. If you guys remember from my last video, I had shown you, Roswell and the cyborg, guy. They were both at the time at a really close to beginning stage, and, so I've been working on them quite a while, and I'm going to go off topic just for a short second, to tell you guys that I'm thinking about doing a series, and please let me know if you're interested. The more support I get, the more episodes I'll be able to make, and the sooner, probably. But, obviously I'm going to release an episode no matter what. That's usually what I do for most of the series, I guess. But I'm going to basically be doing, like, for example, like, habeas corpus, or, what's his name? I'm sorry. His name, William Compton, that kind of thing. So I'll be talking about the characters, how they're made, like, not in great detail, and then kind of, like, I'll tell you guys what their main part is, like, the part that inspired me to make the rest of him, if there was one, and, like, kind of what they're supposed to be, and if I made a backstory for them. So, I'm going to call it, like, maybe Monster Files, or Creep Files, or something, and it's going to, like, every episode's going to be about a different character, and then, if you guys want me to, you'll have to ask about that, because I'm not going to make a series specifically about that unless I'm asked to, and it's not going to be a series, it's probably just going to be about, like, if you guys want to know how to make a specific character, or something similar, just ask me, and I will probably make a video on how to make it. I won't be, like, showing you hands-on how to make it, but I'll be giving you a slight idea if it isn't already obvious how they're made, but, just request that. But anyway, there's that series. Now, if you remember, like I said, if you remember last episode, and there's nothing to look at, I'm here, I'm sorry. I'll give you guys something to look at. You can look at this thing. So, if there is, okay, you can look at this stuff. I'll keep panning on this. If there's something, anyway. If you remember from the last video, I had two mannequin heads, Roswell and the, cyborg, and both of them were were in their, basic stages, so basically, I'm not going to explain this completely in depth, because these might be in character files, but Roswell, I just took, and I just right away just started cutting, and I made those holes like I did, and I showed you guys in that video, and he was just plain white. Cyborg was, I'm not going to tell you guys much about that, because that is one that I'll for sure make a character files about. But, so if you remember last time, he had white space in between where the metal was supposed to go, and I showed you what the metal was, and then I showed you a skin color. Well, I'm about to show you Roswell first, and then I will show you the cyborg. So this is Roswell now. I painted him green. Some of you might see gray, others of you might see green. He's a bit trippy, which means he can be a green and a gray, so if the greens and the grays were enemies, he would be a spy. But Yeah, as you notice, his neck is not painted. And the reasoning for that is because I had planned to have him become one of those alien autopsy things where he was like, oops, in a bed thing, like laying down and kind of like he was about to have an autopsy performed on him. And so that's why his neck isn't painted. I might end up having to paint his neck anyway, but as of right now, it's not going to be painted. But that is Roswell. Nothing too new about him other than the painting, but this is the one I'm excited about. It's the cyborg. Whoa! And I apologize for not making videos about them sooner. About, like, maybe making a video every day or something. Anytime there's huge progress being done. But by the time I had finished a step, it was already too late at night. So, as you'll notice, so, the first thing I did was from what I showed you guys in the video, I painted the inside parts, which would eventually be covered up by the metal parts anyway, but I decided to paint them anyway. Painted those, then I took hot glue and I glued in the metal parts, and then I painted like red in between the cracks and stuff so that you couldn't see any of the hot glue specifically, and you like try to get some on the metal so that it looks more realistic, I guess. And then this part right here was added after because I was missing a piece of metal and there was a huge gap right here, and it turns out I was actually missing a piece of Lego, not Lego, metal. It was in my Lego instructions. Like, it got stuck in between one of the folds, and this one I had to cover in hot glue because it would not stay, and it actually looks kind of grosser that way. So then I did that, and I accented that, and then I'm going in great depth, and then I added some black lines here and there, like burnt scorch marks, because his idea was that he was like a cyborg guy, obviously, but he was, I don't want to go too deep into it, but basically, looked regular, and then he got flamethrowered, so that's his basic idea right now. And I'll show you the top. He's only got one piece of metal, so everything else looked kind of bland, and it's like, what? But, not gonna worry about that right now, but I think this part looks pretty cool, and I mean gross, because of the fact that like there's so much empty space in between. Like, the metal was way smaller than the hole, because as I painted it, this is the area where the most styrofoam came off, and then there's some strings that got painted, and that kind of makes it a little more gross and graphic. I mean, if you guys aren't into gross and graphic, I'm sorry, but I think he looks kind of cool, and I mean, I'm not into graphic that much, but I do think he came out really nice. He's nowhere near done, and I'll show you some of the burn marks. This is my favorite metal piece, in my opinion. I added... Oh. Oops. I apologize, guys. He got a little yellow there, and it's still slightly there, but it's much better. I had to clean it off because of a mask that was being painted. But it's slightly stained, but I don't think it's such a big deal. I apologize. I just had to get it cleaned off because I don't want that staining it, because I've been working really hard on this, and I want it to come out like as best as possible. But so I'm not going to spoil too much about my plans for this guy anymore yet, but please leave a comment. I'll for sure be doing a character files, not sure which one, but for sure. But please request. If you guys don't request, I'll pick on my own, but requests would be greatly appreciated, just to mention. So, but yeah, this is basically the update I wanted to do. I just wanted to tell you guys about this guy and Roswell, but mainly this guy, because I've been working a lot, and I'm gonna get eyes for it, like ordered, and then I'm gonna put them in, and you guys will have to see when I do it. But I just wanted to show you guys that for now, so you knew that I've been working on some stuff. Please let me know what you think of him in the comments below, and if you guys have any ideas of where he might be able to fit for next year's haunt, if you guys have any ideas on how to make like a base for him, or where it'd be fitting to put him, or anything. But yeah, anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.